know, like when you're about to cry and like you're kind of breathing heavily, just like you're shuddering almost. Like I was trying to hold back tears by the time practice was over because like I never practiced that hard.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of First and 10 presented by JCPenney. I'm your host, Hailey Sutton. In today's seat, we have none other than Osa Odighizuwa. Osa, thank you so much for being with us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Can I just say, I love saying your name. It flows so well. You are in year 2 of your NFL career.
Yep.
How has this ride, this journey so far been for you when you look at how the last 2 years have been?
I mean, it's a dream come true, and I know that a lot of people can't say that they came in and started their first NFL game. So just like with that being considered, I'm, you know what I mean, just like super grateful. I realize the opportunity that I have, and you know, like I said, it's a dream come true.
What has been your favorite part of being a professional football player?
I feel like winning, you know what I mean? Like winning. Also new for me, like these last 2 years were probably my first 2 winning seasons that I've ever had in my football career. So, yeah.
Okay, because you were at UCLA for college?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what has been the transition from college to NFL like, especially since you're still in that, you know, early in your career? What's been the biggest difference that you've seen between the two?
I feel like moving all my stuff was probably the biggest one. As far as like how I approach things, I feel like I'm like pretty much the same. I've obviously matured being like at UCLA and then like carrying that to being here with the Cowboys. But I feel like the hardest adjustment was moving all my stuff and like packing, you know?
Yeah, I feel that. Just moved here from Miami and I am still unpacking to this day.
Yeah.
So I get you. Football is a sport that kind of runs in your family, correct?
Yeah.
What has that been like, having brothers who have been in the NFL or just having that connection to football?
I mean, I would say that like just having the guidance and someone in my ear that's been here before, especially when I was in college trying to get here. So I feel like that's part of the reason why I've gotten to this point, is just having a blueprint that was kind of already, and someone that's done it before, just footsteps to follow in, like a path was already kind of carved out. I had to listen and I mean, obviously I had to do the work, but just listen and work hard.
It's nice to have a person helping you out in that situation, I can imagine. But you, before you were really into football, you were a wrestler.
Yep.
And you were a good wrestler, right? 2-time state champion, is that
3.
correct? 3, oh, my bad.
You're good.
What was wrestling like, and just, you know, how did that help you? How does that translate over into the football realm?
I feel like mental toughness is probably the biggest one, just because like wrestling, and the reason why I was good, like my wrestling partner, especially like my junior and senior year, was like a 30-year-old man. That was my wrestling coach. And the first day that I had to practice with him, is because I was a freshman, and the guy that I wrestled with every day, my wrestling partner, he didn't come to practice that day, and I had to practice with Coach Collette. And by the end of practice, you know, like when you're about to cry and like you're kind of breathing heavily, just like you're shuddering almost. Like I was trying to hold back tears by the time practice was over because like I never practiced that hard. So just, I feel like once that became something that I was used to, like, so the first time I ever practiced with him was like my freshman year, and I was almost crying by the end of practice. It got to the point where by the end of my wrestling career, like my senior year, that's the only person that I could wrestle with to make me better. So I feel like just being hardened, like having my mind hardened just through all the pain and just the hard work, you know?
What was it like winning a state championship in wrestling? Because most people don't win state championships, so what was that like for you to do it 3 times?
The first one was like a real confidence builder, you know, just letting me know that I had talent, the ability to go and win a championship like that just kind of gave me the confidence that I could apply the hard work that got me to a championship in wrestling, to be able to apply that to football, to be able to take me to this level.
We've also spoken before, and something that we kind of share in common is that we both enjoy anime. I think you enjoy it more than I do.
I was about to say, I feel like you don't enjoy it that much.
I don't
like,
not
you know
enjoy
about
it. Okay,
You know,
Osa's calling me out. I don't not enjoy anime. I'll put it that way. I've seen it before. But what is it, just the draw to that specific style of television, and what about it resonates with you?
I mean, that's just what I grew up on too. Like, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. It was just really cool. It was different. And I noticed that like the cartoons from Japan were always just like a lot cooler. And then after I got older, like I feel like I just had a greater appreciation for the messages that would be like behind a lot of the stories and like little takeaways that you could have, you know, along with the art style, the world building, everything. It was pretty dope.
Biggest lesson that anime has taught you?
I mean, probably hard work and perseverance, you know? That's like probably two of the biggest takeaways. And that's typically like a lot of the better ones that I've seen always have a character that has like odds stacked against them, people that don't believe in them, a bunch of obstacles, and all they do is just work hard and they dedicate themselves to achieving their goal and their dream, and it happens, it comes through.
All right. I'm gonna give it another chance. Just because we're having this conversation, I'm gonna give it another chance.
I mean, man, we'll talk about that later. I'm gonna give you a recommendation based on like what kind of shows that you like.
Okay, all right. Circling back to football, given everything you have gone through, college, growing up, and now here with the Cowboys, if you could tell baby Osa anything about life, about your journey through this sport, what do you think you would tell him? I know that was a deep one. I put you on the spot.
I think just knowing what I know now, probably just been just a lot more disciplined. Like, yo, don't procrastinate. Just build good habits. Just like if I could go back in time and transfer my mind into my body, like I would not waste any time at all. You know what I mean? Like just knowing how crucial every second that you have and just every moment that you have now is. I wouldn't allow myself to procrastinate in anything.
My last question for you before we get to the fun part. Finish this sentence for me. My time with the Dallas Cowboys has been
amazing.
Oh, J-Ron said that yesterday too. Tell me why.
Like I was saying, it's a dream come true. Like I could walk in here every day. If I stop and smell the flowers, I'll just be in awe, you know? Like I'll just take a look at where we're at right now. This is crazy, you know? I would have never thought, baby Osa would have never thought that I'd be sitting in this room right now. So it's still pretty
surreal.
Yeah.
All right, baby Osa making an impact on and off the field. All right, that was the tricky part. This is the fun part. We call it the final drive. We put a minute on the clock. I'm gonna get through as many of these questions as possible, answer them as quickly as possible. I have a feeling today we're gonna run out of questions, so I'm gonna try to have some backups.
All right, bet.
Because you strike me as someone who's gonna be good at this. All right, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Are these like one-word answers or like?
A little bit, yeah. They're quick answers. Some of them are one answers, but they're very quick. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. First one, your favorite holiday tradition.
Holiday tradition? I feel like just sitting down, chilling with the family on Thanksgiving or Christmas, eating food. I prefer Christmas though, because it's Thanksgiving with presents.
Okay. Number 2, favorite food.
Nigerian food, probably fufu and egusi.
Okay. One thing you would love to have an unlimited supply of.
Money.
If you could be any animal, what would it be?
A lion.
One thing you wish you were better at.
Football.
Your secret talent.
I feel like I do pretty good impressions. I can also do this with my eyebrows.
Okay. Who's your best friend on the team?
Oh, this is a tough one. I'm going Neville.
Okay. Coolest place you've been to in Dallas.
Coolest place I've been to in Dallas. That's a tough one too. Could I skip that one?
We can skip it. Yeah, last one. What is your biggest fear?
Spiders.
Spiders, okay.
Well, I wouldn't even say spiders. I don't like them at all. I don't like insects.
They're icky. Things shouldn't have more than 4 legs. I'm there with you. I am there with you. Osa, thank you so much. I love getting the opportunity to get to know you guys, and I know Cowboys Nation does too. So thank you so much.
Of course, thank you for having me.
That will do it for another edition of First and 10 presented by JCPenney. We'll see you next week.